So you all might be wondering why I brought you into this chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I here?
So I need y'all to turn your attention here to this live stream. To your left, my left. Proceed with the recording.
I remember HBO Family. What the fuck?
I've never seen one of those.
Listen.
I hate this. Don't look at me, I'm scared looking at.
Well, now that we've got your attention, let the game begin.
There's a bunch of more guns.
That's me. That's me right there.
Go, what's he cooking?
Game loading. Mind your fingers.
I thought you said mind your fingers.
Where'd they go?
Big working you, Rush Buckets.
Adorable.
This is nightmare material. This is like a kid's nightmare.
I'm getting anxiety just watching.
I'm realizing I was a weird kid because I was like, I would love this.
CRASHBOX.
We are in CRASHBOX territory.
What do you think?
I'm intrigued.
Thanks, I hate it.
I think I'm sorry I stirred this memory in you.
Ah, yes, we'll get to that briefly.
Uh-oh. Ah, that's just great. Mega bites, terror bites, stone bites, giga...
Hello and welcome to the Hyperfixation, where my friends come onto my show and listen to me. Wait, listen to me? Yes, that's right. Today is technically, as of this release, 2 days before my birthday. And so today my friends get to listen to me talk about shit I'm excited about for 30 to 45 minutes or longer, because fuck the timer. There's no timer today. I do what I want.
Time is fake.
Time is fake. My name is Roma. I use the they and them pronouns, and today I am joined by several people. By Kingdom.
Hi, I'm Kingdom. I use he, him, and I am the editor, so I can do stuff like this.
Yeah.
And
Hell
I'm gonna
yeah.
put sound effects there because I'm really funny.
Hell yeah.
Making editor's notes in episode?
Yeah, I can
best
do
way to
that.
do it.
Is this a crossover episode? Oh my gosh. And I'm also joined today by Jakey.
Hey, I'm Jakey. I'm one of those them hims, and
The mums.
I'm here.
Jakey's here. Jakey's queer. And you know who else is here and is queer? Lewis.
Hi, I'm Lewis. I use the he, they, but preferably they pronouns. And
Mm-hmm.
I this sure scares the shit out of me.
Yes, it should. It shouldn't, but it should. Yeah, so if you, listener, recognizes the noises that you heard before this introductory bit, you are probably squirming in your seat or standing or however you are right now and just as excited as I am, or you're completely concerned and considering stopping listening to this. But, you know, I don't care. It's my birthday. I just hope you stick around and enjoy it. Yes, today we are talking about the 1999 to 2000 children's animated series CRASHBOX.
I've never heard of this in my life.
Me neither. But
There might be a reason for that, and we'll get to that shortly. But that's not what I want to talk about right off the bat. I'm going to save that for last, because that'll be the entirety of this episode. But first, I want to talk about the future of the Hyperfixation Season 3. This is the finale, folks. This is the Season 2 finale.
Oh, shit,
Remember?
is it?
Well, last season was 15 episodes. This is the 15th episode.
I didn't even notice.
Oh, it lines
damn.
up.
Oh,
I
shit.
know,
It's
right?
like math.
The next episode after this will begin Season 3, and there will be some changes. And those changes are in your ears before you now. Welcome to the new and improved Hyperfixation Season 3 postcast. That's right, folks. Me, Jakey, Kingdom, and Lewis are all your new hosts for the next season. Y'all submitted so many goddamn submissions that I got more people. I cloned myself.
Ka-chow.
There are
Ka-chow.
over like 280 submissions as of recording. It's too many.
We'll have
But we are
content
so
for 5
excited. Do not
years.
stop.
Yeah, don't stop.
Keep submitting
But-
them.
It's already too many.
We're already in your ears, and we want to keep producing.
Yes, so you will, if you have submitted, you may or may not hopefully hear from one of us to record with you. So yeah, if you see a Kingdom, a Jakey, or a Lewis in your emails or your DMs, yes, say hello. Get on the show.
Please don't be offended if we don't reach out soon. There's just so much stuff.
There's so many.
It's quite a bit overwhelming, even with all 4 of us looking at everything. It's going to take a while to just sort through it, and it's just constantly building. But please do keep submitting stuff.
Yeah.
We enjoy this.
We
we
can
love
only do
it.
52 episodes a year,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
we quite literally cannot get to everyone.
But hey, if you want to get to us sooner, get on TikTok and TikTok at us, and we could do a little hyperfix bite.
Ooh,
You can
yeah.
give us a little sample.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Also, don't get offended if
Um,
someone does a topic that you submitted for and they got grabbed. Either you didn't get seen or they were already there, put ahead of you. It's not on purpose, we promise.
We still love you. We promise. Just a lot of people share the same hyperfixations, and we just got to pick one.
There's 4 of us, but we're still all just little guys.
We're all little
I'm just a
guys.
little baby.
The tiniest.
We're little guys trying to learn more about things in the world and normalize info dumping. Ta-da! But yes, so actually, if I may, I kind of want to do a little walkthrough. I'm just going by the list on my Discord as I look at it. But Kingdom, is there a variety of topics that you're usually interested in hearing about? Of course, there's things that you know a lot about, and people have heard you before. All 3 of you on the show.
I don't know a lot about nothing. I don't know, man. I like to hear about books and shit and video game lore and shit,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a simple little gamer.
Pro gamer, poggers.
Poggers.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, actually, pro game. Yeah. For the longest time, I was really, really big into esports. So yeah, pro gamer. Yo, if people come in here with esports lore and shit, that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Talk about League Worlds Season 3, where they had to restart the one match 5 times, and they were there until 1 a.m. That was crazy.
I'll hit you up later. I got some ideas.
Yo.
Yo. Speaking of which, Jakey, what kind of content are you interested in learning about?
I love books. I mean, my 2 episodes were Cosmere and Animorphs.
True.
But books, stories, I like history. Not because I, want to emulate or anything. I just love hearing the stories. TV shows and games also.
Hell yeah.
Anything that has a really engrossing, weird narrative, get me in there.
True. Lewis, is there anything that you're interested in learning about here on our show?
I don't want to say the same things. I'm very similar in the way of video games and books and stuff, but also just realizing of what type of media I consume, including my podcasts. I'm all over the place. I will consume a good story, good fantasy, just some history stuff, to even just some medical stuff like Sawbones and stuff. I just enjoy consuming vast amounts of information, because that's just the the type of neurodivergent I am, I will fixate on just a bunch of info dumping. I think the only thing that doesn't fall in that box is sports.
Sports.
Just don't, unless it's like Blazeball, like give me some anime ass sportsy stuff.
Haikyuu.
Hell yes. Or I'll do professional wrestling, but not Olympic wrestling. I mean that too, but same thing with professional wrestling. I don't find that very interesting myself.
Professional wrestling's basically an anime.
I mean, you could talk to me about wrestling. You can talk to me about wrestling any day.
Absolutely.
Mine was long-winded, but that's me.
I also love weird science stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. We got our Nerve Spicy cast here. We all want to learn things. So yeah, keep an ear out, a notification on, and we're gonna lasso you in onto the stage and tell us about things. I probably should say what I'm into, but I feel like everybody already just knows that I'm down for whatever at this point.
You're here for the long haul.
Yeah, I just don't know anything about anything. You know, it's wild because my coworkers will be like, "You know so much random stuff," but I'm like, "Do I?"
No, I'm silly and weird. You're wrong.
I'm normal. I'm normal.
I'm normal. I know nothing. Head empty.
Nothing in here. And then you just regurgitate a bunch of facts that you've learned. It's like, I didn't even know I knew anything about this.
It's like when the cat throws up on the carpet. It's like, aw, there's a whole musical album on the floor.
Wonderful analogy. I love it.
So speaking of regurgitating information, I want to segue very badly into today's topic. I hope y'all are better at segues than I am.
I just want to know, what the hell is CRASHBOX? Why has it got HBO in the title?
I got you. You know what? That was pretty clever.
That was such a smooth transition, I didn't even notice it.
Oh, dude, for real. So when I was a wee child, my parents was grateful or fortunate enough to have Bright House cable TV for most of my life. And so I was able to watch some weird channels, and one of which was HBO Family. And I would watch this show called CRASHBOX very randomly. It was never intended. I never meant to go watch CRASHBOX. It was just there. And it left. Honestly, I almost want to use, like, if someone comes up to me and they're like, yeah, I watched CRASHBOX as a kid, I loved it, it's almost like an autism diagnosis. It's just like, you're one of us.
I know what you are.
I know. Revolting Slob, your favorite? Yeah, I already know. Yeah, we'll get there. Don't worry, I saved it for last. So Lewis and I were having a conversation, and it reminded me of the from the HBO sound in the beginning. And I was like, oh my God. I had a whole moment. I was like, how the fuck do I look up the thing I'm thinking of? And listeners at home, I've got the screen. I have a live stream going for everybody to see what we're talking about. And of course, I'll have stuff in the Discord so you can also see as well. But I have one of the segments of this show paused on screen for distraction news, and everybody was mortified that I saved it, that I paused it there.
It looks like a terrifying paper Miss Frizzle.
Yeah.
The eyes are wider than it should be possible.
I think the eyes are bigger than the mouth, almost.
For real. And so I had her face in my head, and I was like, oh, how the fuck do I look this up? And I finally found it. I went, yes. And Lewis is like, what? And I was like, have you heard of CRASHBOX? And they're like, no. And I was like, okay. So we went to the living room, and I was like, we're going to watch this. It's on YouTube. And I think I sat Lewis down to watch like an episode. And the whole time I keep looking over at Lewis's face, and they're just like mortified. And I was
what
like,
am I witnessing?
I rubbed my grubby little hands together, and I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about for my birthday.
Lewis was the canary in the coal mine, but they're still alive somehow. So
yes.
Still
Yes,
scared. This is just scary.
I did a lot of research this week in preparations for this weekend, and I had a very limited audience to info dump at immediately to relieve the steam, if you will.
Hello.
Before before this. My coworker, she got to watch a whole episode, and she was like, "Why are you?" Every time I sit her down, I'm like, "You want to watch something?" She's like, man.
Why have you
Like,
done this to
love-
me?
Tony would not give me the time of day.
Roma, I would like to say that for you to, before you even got to actually revealing the name of CRASHBOX, you're just like, it's, and then you stared blankly ahead trying to think of the name, and you're like, I don't even know how to describe it. You're like, just Google children's claymation showbox, and that's all the information you gave me, and you're like, you'll know it when you'll see it.
I don't think anyone knows what.
It was
When
the
did you
whole-
say this was airing?
This started airing. I have exact dates for you. Please hold.
Oh, okay.
February 1st, 1999 is when it first aired.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
When did it come off air? That's the important one.
I want to say mid-April of 2000. There's 50 something episodes.
Wow.
That tracks more why I don't know what this is, because I would have been 2 or 3.
Yes, I was 4 to 5 when this show was airing.
This was pre-memory formation.
Well, there was a lot of reruns because I definitely feel like it was past the point of my child awakening when you start remembering things.
That
So I don't
totally
think
makes
I was-
sense.
Yeah, like there's definitely reruns for sure. It's still available on HBO Max, but it's also completely available for free on YouTube in just a lesser quality. To which I have that entire playlist in the Discord if you're interested. But you can literally just type in CRASHBOX in YouTube and it's the first thing. This show made obviously a huge impression on my life as a child, and I am now re-looking at it as an adult and mortified that this is what what stuck around in my brain, I guess.
Can I say something awful?
Please do.
So, I was actually talking with a friend the other day about like how children's cartoons lately are very like just kind of like sensory videos almost.
Yes.
That whole opening and what we saw with you right now
Mhm.
definitely gave me that vibe. There's just everything moving around. Everything looks like different materials, kind of weird. Lots of noises. I was like, oh yeah, what we were comparing or what we were talking about was Cocomelon.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
This is anti-Coco Melon.
Yeah, it's very like, oh, this is a sensory overload experience for children.
This
Absolutely.
is Cocomelon from the realm of darkness.
This is exactly, that's so true. Do we want to talk? Do we need to have any questions before I just completely start dropping some facts on your heads?
I just want to know what the fuck this is.
I got you, fam. Anybody else?
So much regret.
I'm excited.
I'm worried because it seems to have scarred Lewis.
I know
Don't
that
worry.
if I saw this when I was a kid, this would have been my shit.
I probably did see it and it got repressed.
Well, maybe we'll awaken some of those memories here in Hyperfix therapy.
Mm,
Um,
mm. My wife is terrified of claymation stuff, and that
Yeah.
has slowly started to like rub itself off on me. So watching this made me so uncomfortable.
it's not all claymation.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
Actually-
like her hair is paper.
No, yeah, she's cardboard. So we're going to begin in the late 1990s. And the children's programming has skyrocketed, obviously. Shows are being made for children on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Nick Jr. We've got all these different stations are making shows just for children. HBO wanted in on that shit. HBO wanted a cut of the pie. And so they turned to Planet Grand Pictures and Cup of Coffee Studios. So Planet Grand Pictures is Eamon Harrington and John Watkins, and the animations by Cup of Coffee Studios, which is headed by Adam Shaheen. So they got together with 8 months of time. They ended up creating 13 hours of programming, which comes to be the 52 episodes of CRASHBOX that is out available for us to consume today.
Holy shit.
Yes. Oh, it's also directed by Dave Thomas. I wanted to make sure everybody got their credits because it's like a
Wendy's?
20. What?
The Wendy's
What?
man?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Maybe?
Dave Thomas? Is that not the old man from Wendy's?
That's Steve's combo?
Yeah. This is the triple Dave, man.
I'm so
Probably.
fucking lost.
So there's 2 seasons of this show that make up the 52 episodes. It's like 29 in one season and whatever amount in the other. I want to actually ask you guys a question.
Okay.
What do you think? Actually, I'm going to save this question for the
That's
end.
a hard question.
What do I think?
I'm going to ask you this now, and then I'm going to ask you again at the end of the show. What do you think the age group is for this show based on what you've seen with the intro alone? Who do you think the show is meant for?
Probably between like 5 and 8.
I have no idea. I'd say
Maybe even younger.
I'd say younger, but also kind of. It's like Lewis said. It's got that like creepy claymation stuff, so I feel like it wouldn't be too young.
I'm gonna guess like 5 to 10, to be honest with you.
5 to 10? Okay, so we've got between 5 to 10ish, youngish age. Sounds good. So I'll give you the real answer at the end of the episode. So please remind me.
You're gonna make me wait?
Yes.
Cliffhanger.
I want to give you guys a little bit of a. So one of the in my research, somebody actually emailed Will Schwartz, a YouTuber who did a episode or like a YouTube video about CRASHBOX, ended up emailing Adam Shaheen from Cup of Coffee Studios. And he asked him, what were the challenges you came across in designing an animated program for kids in an untraditional style with a primary objective of creating an engaging educational program? Adam responds, well, kids are the adaptable ones, not the adults programming the shows. It quickly became very evident that the kids loved the different games being presented in a mixed design format. They found it more visually engaging, and with that, they were learning. That's not a direct quote. That's like, basically summarized, but pretty much the goal of the show when they are making it is to something different, something engaging, and where they'll actually learn something. So that's kind of where, like, Jakey, you said earlier, where the show it's like anti-Coco Melon. You're spot on. That was their goal, and they did it.
Coco Melon from H.R. Geiger's Dark World.
It's Giger. You're right.
So this show, as you have seen so far, has been mostly claymation / stop motion animation. So yeah, like the paper cardboard lady, she's a lot of stop motion, but this show also actually incorporates traditional 2D animation, puppeteering, and as well as real actors occasionally. So this just a very wild mixed media project. It's honestly kind of incredible. And so I'll show you guys clips from these different ones so you can kind of see where each of the segments has their own little flair to it.
Do you mean they just like green screened in a guy in this nightmare world?
Yes.
Oh,
that makes it worse, man.
I kind of love it. It's like just like a constant stream of new things that they're throwing at you.
Yeah, I get that as a strategy for kids, but like looking, I have to see it. I'm excited.
The show itself just feels like the interstitial game system. It's like, let's just throw some shit together. What type of world are you from? It doesn't fucking matter. Put it in.
Real quick, so in case listeners at home can't see it, so yes, the intro bit is a bunch of little robots in like a very chaotic looking little factory, and they are putting together these little green cubes. And in that process, as they're putting together little green cubes, we get the introductory CRASHBOX slide of like the title screen, but it's like little robot pieces that spell out CRASHBOX as they crash into the word HBO. It's very cute, and maybe not for everybody. Now I say that out loud.
Like me, not for me.
But yeah, so the premise of the show is, in the beginning, there was the sleepy little brain on the podium. You heard the little bedtime music. And there's a computer coming crashing from the sky, and it finally collides with the brain. The brain goes into the computer. The computer opens up, and you see the little world full of little robots making games. So the whole process, the premise is that these little robots are making games for you to wake you up and make you use your little noggin. There's 18 segments that this show does. Every episode is 25 minutes, and there's 7 segments. There is like a little break in the middle where the program, quote unquote, breaks down, and they fix it, and then they go right back into it. After 3 or 4 more segments, the episode ends with a little recap, and then the episode's over. So it's a nice, like, it's very structured. Kids know exactly where they're at in the show. Every episode's almost exactly the same, except there's just different brain teasers throughout the entire show and different mashups of the 7 segments from the entire 18. Some lasted longer than others. Like, there's one segment that I think is only in 3 episodes, and it's the worst one. Arguably the worst one.
You do realize that like break when it breaks down is obviously the commercial break, and
yes, it
they'll
is.
split it in half.
That's a clever way of doing it.
I was thinking about actually putting one of the Moonshot commercials in there for the commercial break, because I thought that would be a good bit.
That is great.
So, well, that'll all be in post. So whoever you listener will get to enjoy that. So I think I've kind of just covered the overview / history of the show CRASHBOX, my history with it. Obviously, none of you have ever experienced this before in your life, Lewis being the most, who got to sit down for an entire episode with me. But are you ready to go through the little segments and see what these children were learning from in the 1999 to the 2000s?
How many segments are there?
18. So like the first 7 we go through today are actually the first 7 in the first episode. But after that is just the rest of the 11 that weren't covered in the first episode.
Right on.
Gotcha.
Perfect. So on our screen here, you could see our very lovely cardboard lady with the orange hair. She is the host of Distraction News. Are you ready to take a look at Distraction News?
I love being distracted.
Something about the cardboard face and what I've been seeing a lot on TikTok. I'm just thinking South Park now.
Oh my god.
It does have the feel of classic South Park.
Yeah.
Especially if you can see part of the mouth. Like, I can see it just like kind of moving like theirs do.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
So everyone's aware of how I'm going to go about going through each of these segments. Pretty much what I'll do is I'm going to introduce you the name of the segment. I'm going to play you the beginning clip. I don't think I'm going to have you watch the entire segment. Maybe I'll have you. They'll have their bit, and they'll do the bit maybe like 1, 2, or 3 times. So I'll have you see them do the bit once, and then I'll go into talking about it more, and then describing it for the listeners, and we'll discuss it. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Sure.
Perfect. All right. I will turn your attention to the live stream, and we will go with Distraction News.
First game up, Distraction News.
And now, Distraction News
I need her face
with
so
your
much.
anchor person, Dora Smarmy.
Good evening. I'm Dora Smarmy, and welcome to Distraction News, where we give you the news, and at the end of our newscast, I'll ask you 5 questions about what I've reported. So pay close attention and try not to get distracted. This just in, tornadoes. A tornado is a dark funnel-shaped cloud containing violently rotating air that can develop within a heavy thunderstorm cloud and extends to the earth.
Vinny.
In fact, that's what its name means. Tornado, from the Spanish word
So-
tronado.
I'm not going to make you watch that whole segment.
This is a fever dream. I
It
was in
is.
shock the entire time.
Yeah, all of I'm having a fucking stroke just trying to explain.
Yep. So, listeners at home, we have an orange-haired news anchor lady. Everything's made out of cardboard except for the distractions on the screen. But basically, the premise of the show is that she's explaining to you something, and you have to pay attention to her while shit is happening all over the screen. Just random fucking shit is happening all over the place. There's noises, there's things moving. It's super, your eyes don't want to pay attention to her, especially because she's monotone. So as she goes through her whole explanation, at the very end, she will quiz you with like 4 or 5 questions, and you have to answer them correctly and make sure that you weren't distracted during her segment.
Okay, I need you to hear me out on something.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the video that's like the people playing basketball?
I was thinking of
and
that one.
Yeah, and it's like, did you see the gorilla in the background? It's
Oh,
like that video,
yeah.
but you're only seeing gorillas. And you're like, did you notice that they're actually playing basketball?
For real.
Did you see the basketball player?
It wasn't just gorillas. Yes. Her name is Dora Schmarmy. I don't know if there's anything to Dora Schmarmy because usually they have like clever naming schemes. But yes, she's iconic. I love her.
It's great.
At the end of most of the segments, she's like, okay, glad you got everything right, but don't know more than me because I'll lose my job. And it's hard to keep a job as a person made out of cardboard. Have a nice day. This is Dora Schmarmy signing off. There is jokes. So, you know how like back in the 90s and 2000s, like a lot of the adult shows had like, or no, a lot of the kids shows and movies had adult things sewn into them very lightly for the parents who had to sit and watch.
Fingerprints.
Yes. So that's what CRASHBOX has done. And so every once in a while you'll be like, wait a fucking minute. There was most definitely a Coke reference in there and I wasn't ready for it. Not in this one, but in another segment, and I'll point it out when the time comes.
Coke?
Yeah. I'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah, but this show's buck wild. Do we have any other thoughts about distraction news?
Hate her mouth. Hate how her mouth moves.
It's such a mean segment. I love it so much.
And when it starts, it's so eerily still. Like nothing is moving until the title card goes away. It's bad. It's bad. Don't like it.
It's bad. I put a picture from Google Images of Dora Schmarmy, an artistic representation of her, and I think it encapsulates the fear I have of her and why I will be seeing her in my nightmares tonight.
I love to see that there is, in fact, a fan art of CRASHBOX that I didn't know I needed to exist.
I'm not convinced that this is all something that you just made today. You just animated this with cardboard and uploaded it today, and you're just gaslighting us.
This is the one big old haha.
Gotcha.
It's the most elaborate prank ever.
It is more reasonable in my mind than to think this is just real.
Here, I'm going to turn your attention back to the live stream so you can see the ending, and it will transition into the next bit.
So, how did you score? Did I blow you away? I hope not, because I have to have someone to talk to out there. Well, goodbye. And remember, don't let anything distract you from watching Distraction News.
This has been Distraction News with your favorite cardboard cutout anchor person, Dora Smarmy.
So, they do the little outro, and it goes back to the robots. And they're loading up the next game for you, and they're prepping everything. So there's usually like the same, I want to say like 5 to 10 different transitions throughout the show. But most of the time it's just to let you know that they're loading in the next game for you. And this next game that we're getting into is called Sketchpad.
I can see the Sketchpad.
I do not like Sketchpad. I distinctly remember not liking Sketchpad, so we're not gonna watch a whole lot of this.
Dude.
Yeah, fuck you, Sketchpad.
You piece of shit.
But
100% the animators and whatever part of the show happened, it doesn't matter. Whoever worked on it was not getting paid enough. There's a lot of shit going on in this.
Absolutely. I am still shook that it took him 8 months to make all of this, honestly.
I can't believe they got it all done in 8 months. That's amazing.
I know. Let's take a look at Sketchpad right quick.
Hey, cats.
Our first 2D
Sketch here.
He's scary too.
He looks like a villain from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Doesn't mean you
Sorry, Courage. Look out.
Kind of looks like a Spy vs. Spy.
I was gonna say Spy vs. Spy.
I think it's that super angular face.
Don't believe me? Well, I'm gonna show you some pages from my sketch pad. But not every page. See if you can tell what's happening before I show you the missing pages. You dig?
No.
Now picture this.
Actually, I'm gonna make you watch the whole thing.
No.
I want you to guess.
The waitress reaches behind the counter and pulls out a scary mask instead. But then
That's rude.
the man says
Bro.
thank you and walks back out the diner. Crazy.
He said, no, I'm good.
Are you hip to the scene?
So, what do you think? The premise of the show, actually, let me take a pause.
This man's eyeball looks like a bird beak.
It does. Listeners at home, Sketchpad is that like classic like cool cats, like 2D animation. The guy talks like this, and he's got a sketch pad here, and he draws out the different segments of the story, but they don't really make sense, you know? So in this episode, this guy walks into a diner and the waitress says, "Hey, what can I get you?" And he's like, "Can I have a glass of water, please?" And so she reaches behind the counter, puts on a scary mask, and he says, "Thanks, appreciate it," and leaves. And so you're supposed to figure out why that happened, because that's really fucking weird. So it's more so of like a fill in the blanks, maybe. It's a logic puzzle, if you will.
I'm desperately trying to figure it out. I don't have any clue.
It's got to be some kind of terrible punchline.
Let me just say that I figured it out. That's all I'm
Lewis
saying.
did figure it out, and I was shook.
How?
Are you ready to find out what the reason was?
I'll learn this eldritch knowledge, sure.
So Sketch, his name is Sketch. So Sketch will go through and be like, "Is it this? No, it's not that. Is it this? No, it's not that either. Do you know what it is?" And he'll tell you, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like, for real? Sometimes, you know how content doesn't age well? Ever? Sometimes the answers really didn't age well. And I'll get to that in a moment.
I don't know what you mean by that, but okay.
Can you
It's a kid show.
She's scared
Man got the
cat and
hiccups.
The hiccups went away. Now the whole crazy scene makes sense. Like I've been telling you.
Fuck you.
You piece of shit. I
Yep.
fucking hate this guy.
No, he asked for water. He wanted water. Give him fucking water.
He just wanted his hiccups to go away. She said, "I got you, son."
Didn't say that.
Yep. So that's the premise of Sketchpad. I'm hoping me going through these visually is translating well auditorially.
Let me tell you, cool cat Roma, doing this audio visual sort of thing, it's gonna work out in the end.
Sick. Speaking of the voice actor, you want to know who this voice actor is?
For the guy?
This guy, he plays two characters. This voice actor plays two characters in this series, and I'll have you tell me when you figure out who the other one is. He is the voice actor for Grimm from the Grim Adventures of Billy and
No.
Mandy. He's the only like super famous guy that I recognized in the talent list. Most other people are like career long background characters. You know what I mean? In like
Yeah.
movies and animated stuff. But this guy's the only one who's just like, "Hey, yo, he's important from my childhood."
Yo, I just looked him up. He's also Aku Aku.
Oh shit, really?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so that's Sketchpad. There's another episode that I distinctly remember where it's like two twin brothers, one's innocent and one's guilty. The guy, the bad twin brother robbed a bank and his twin brother told him not to. They were arrested and went to court and they were let off scotch-free. And you're supposed to figure out why, and it turns out it's because they're conjoined twins. But they refer to them as Siamese twins. Yeah, so it's just like, oh, well, can't let the innocent twin go to jail for something he didn't do. But yeah, so that's Sketchpad.
boy, if that ain't the early 2000s TV.
Yeah, it ain't the early 2000s.
Also, I don't think that's how the American justice system would rule that one.
No. Oh, did I not mention this is a Canadian-American animated series?
Oh,
That
well,
makes
okay,
sense.
Canada. There we go. Okay.
There's a...
You know what? This Canadian's been screaming at us the entire episode. We don't even know what this is. I'm sure of it.
I don't know who Variety is in this show, but the actress who plays her is Billie Eilish's mom, so...
Wait, who?
Variety?
Yo.
Verity?
Verity? Sure, I can't read.
Oh, we'll get to... No, you're good. It definitely reads as Variety, but yeah, no, we'll get to Verity. Do not fret.
Yeah, that's Billie Eilish's
Um,
mom, apparently.
Ayo, look at that. I didn't know
According
that.
to Wikipedia, and we all know that it's 100% real on Wikipedia.
100%
The free
real.
online encyclopedia that anyone can edit.
I will not go deeper into this rabbit hole, but there are a lot of pictures of her with Billie Eilish and
Billie Eilish.
Being her mom, that track.
yeah. It'll make
Are we
sense.
ready for the next segment?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking into this stuff. This is weird.
So, our next segment is the one and only Psycho Math.
Ah, yeah.
You prepared?
Psychomath.
Psycho Man.
Numbers and shit, dude. I assume. Yeah, there they are.
Know those guys?
Those are numbers. So are those.
Oh, what's going on?
This is giving me anxiety.
Well, we have lots of problems.
You remember that
It's
Coke
up to you
reference?
to figure them out. If you don't, I'm telling you the truth. We all
Oh.
may go crazy.
Did they put somebody's actual mouth on this
That
guy.
felt good. Here's the sinuses. Okay, here's how this whole thing works. We show you an equation, but instead of numbers,
You hear that?
Please.
That felt good. Clears the sinuses.
That's fantastic.
I am staring mouth agape.
So,
I mean, the host of this bit does look like he would be doing coke, so like it's not even a huge stretch to me, really.
for listeners at home, Psychomath is a clay stop motion animated robot man with a plus sign and a 6 for his eyes, and there's a real
And
person
a
mouth.
real ass guy's mouth on a screen for his mouth.
He's made out of different like math tools like rulers and protractors and a lab coat. He's a little robot man, and he is just hype. He is super hype for math. He is like you should put him at the beginning of your shows. Like if you're doing a live show, he's your hype man.
Also, he's got Doc Brown hair, but
He
if
does.
Doc Brown's hair was lightning bolts.
Yes. So the point of this segment is that there is 3 monitors in front of him. He's on like one of those here I don't know how to describe it. He's like on a little lifted stage that goes like up and down. But there's 4 monitors, and 3 of the monitors will have a picture. So for example, he'll be like, all right, today's math equation, you'll take the number of innings in a baseball game minus the numbers of nostrils you have. Hopefully you have all of them, because that would suck if you don't. And then minus the number of fingers and toes you have. Hopefully you have all of them, because that'd suck if you don't. And then he would go through then, if you didn't know like how many innings there were in a baseball game, he'd be like, there's 9 innings, there's 2 nostrils if you got all of them, and then there's 20 digits on your fingers and toes if you got all of them. And so you take all that, and what's the answer you get? And he'll be like, 9. I don't know if that's the answer, but he gets so hyped. So he'll do this twice, and then he'll sign off. But
I'm sorry. We're in the rabbit hole of looking at the voice actors for this nightmare.
oh god,
And I'm on the behind the voice actors page for the show, and I see right ear voiced by John Watkin, left ear voiced by Alan Schlafer. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but there's just 2 guys next to right and left ear, and that just kind of fucked with me for a minute.
That is so funny.
hold that thought. We'll get there soon.
We'll get to the ears. All right, cool.
Do not worry.
I hate this.
I love it so much.
I hate this in the most invested way possible.
So, with Psychomath, I failed to mention that I had me and Lewis's goddaughter watch a few episodes of this show today.
Why?
She's 8.5 years old, and so for science reasons, I said, "Hey, do you want to watch this show I watched as a kid?" And she went, "Yeah." So I had her sit down and watch it. Can confirm she fucking loved it.
Yes.
She loved this entire show, and she definitely sat through the Psychomath segment, and she kept turning around slowly and looking at me with big eyes like, what the fuck is this? And then she would try to solve the problems, and she's like, I don't know how many inches are in a yard. I was like, 36, baby girl, I got you.
I
She's
can't
just
believe
like
you
me
did
for
this.
real.
So I will sprinkle in, I'll pepper in her reactions to some of these segments as we move along. Distraction news, she got that one. That one was fine. What was the one before this? Sketchpad? She did not get it, not even a little bit.
No one would.
Yeah, she was like,
I don't. Blue's built different for real.
For real.
Blue's built different.
Sorry, I got a big brain.
So you remember the left and right ear?
Yeah,
I've seen those
I'm
guys,
looking at it right now.
Why are they so like anatomically correct?
Don't worry about it. So I'm going to turn your attention back to the screen.
Worry.
Our next segment. I present to you.
That's not correct. That looks awful.
That's not finished yet.
There was like a hole at the lobe.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Here We
Here we are.
We're just throw up.
trying to find their place in the world.
No, oh God.
What is hanging out of that one ear?
That's an earring.
Oh.
No, it is not.
No.
I'm sorry. I have to disagree with you there. That is not an earring.
It's like
Listeners at
dripping
home.
pus.
This segment is called Ear We Are. EAR We Are. It is a sound recognition game. The left ear and the right ear are related to each other, obviously.
Yeah, they got a cousin. It's the brain.
The left ear is a stubborn and grumpy guy, while the right ear is a goofy and brash kind of guy. And the whole premise of the show is that one ear will give the other ear something to listen to. They'll give them 3 things to listen to. And so usually it's the left ear that's like, what does this sound like? And he'll play like a hammer banging on something, and then ow! Like the hammer hit somebody's thumb, and the right ear will guess wrong like twice, and then be like, oh, it's a man hammering and he hurt himself. And the left ear's like, you got it. And then the next noise is a jackhammer. And the third noise, this is wild. The third noise is men wolf whistling.
What?
Like a cat
For
call?
sure. Like a cat call whistle.
For why?
And so at the end of after you figure out what the 3 noises are, the right ear or the left ear, whichever one's not answering the questions, has to guess where they are in the world. And so
GeoGuessr. I love GeoGuessr.
So the answer for that one was a construction site. But I would like to say that the right ear, when asked what the wolf whistling men were, said, "Oh, it's a bunch of chauvinist pigs."
Hell yes.
Oh my god. Yes. So Allison got this for the most part, our goddaughter. But she did like to mention that every time she saw the ears, she's like, there's a face in the ear.
I see it. I was thinking that same thing.
Mhm.
I don't want to look too deep into them.
That's
Yeah.
all I can stare at.
They're just bad. They're just bad.
This
to see.
dude and I are making eye contact right now.
Mhm. The ear with the earring I thought was earwax for my entire childhood
It
until
is.
like 2 days ago when I found out that it was not in fact earwax.
It's like an earwaxy Q-tip. I'm sorry. That's
Yeah.
gross, but that's what it looks
Jerry
like.
Stiller was
you're
on the
right.
show.
What are you talking about?
Ben Stiller's dad was on the show.
I love this little intermission where we look through the voices.
I won't stop. You can't make me.
This is
Ben Stiller's dad from Seinfeld.
Hell yeah.
Or from King of
So
Queens.
we're about midway through this show. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to play the intermission. We'll let you react to the intermission. In post, we'll put the commercial, and then we'll get right back into it. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds fantastic.
Or should I save it until we're actually like halfway through? Actually, I'm going to save it until we're like halfway through because I have it in my notes to save it till we're like halfway through. So you don't get to see the intermission yet. Are you ready for the next segment, or do you want to keep talking about Here We Are?
These YouTube previews have got me hyped. I am already like, this is going to be horrible.
Do we have any questions and concerns?
a lot of concerns, but I think we can continue.
Cool beans. I will now introduce you to Haunted House Party.
Yes.
This is where the rats come in?
Yes.
Dead Teen House Party?
I don't know if Marn would be part of this party.
Haunted house party.
Hey, topical.
Good evening and welcome to the Haunted House Party, where the dead can party like it's 1999 and 1899 and 1799.
Oh, I love that.
You get the idea. Anyway, at tonight's affair, we're honored to have a mysterious guest.
The style works a lot better when it's trying to be spooky.
The key word being almost. We got him in the end, and we always do. See if you can guess his identity.
So I'm going to pause it right there. Listeners at home, before I let everybody react to this, Haunted House Party is a halfway claymation stop motion combined with shadows in the wind. So you approach this abandoned building with the scary gargoyles at the gate. The gate opens up. The place is evidently haunted, and it's an old house, but you see like silhouettes of people in the windows inside of this house because it's a haunted house party. And the premise of the show is that it's a house full of dead historical figures, and you have to guess based on their conversations who the historical figure is. Now react to the episode.
I think I have guesses for these two people.
It's just the one. You only have to guess what one of them are.
Well then.
But they'll give
Overachiever.
yeah, they'll give you a bunch of hints about it, and at the end they'll recap the hints and then reveal who it is. But I would love to hear who you think it is.
Well, I think the first guy is supposed to be Alfred Hitchcock.
I agree.
And then I think that this guy that said like, oh, getting into things has never been the problem. That's Mr. Houdini himself.
Yeah?
Is my guess.
Hell yeah.
Just based on those two lines of dialogue in their silhouettes.
That's not who it is.
Damn. Well.
You ruined the surprise.
But-
Soiled it.
Yeah, so they'll give you a bunch of hints. Allison did not know who they were. None of them. Not a single one. But the cool thing was is that she got to learn who they were. So that was cool. But yeah, it's good to know that y'all think this is the most normal looking one, because it's not. But there is a very normal looking one.
It fits better than we've seen so far,
True.
in my opinion.
How do we feel about this one? Aside from it visually, does it feel fun?
I think it's a really interesting idea. I could definitely see a lot of kids not getting it though.
Yeah, it confuses the target audience more because I don't know. If you're like 8 years old, I don't think you know who Hitchcock is, you know?
Nope. Well, maybe in 1999.
Maybe. You know
Maybe.
what?
I'm a lost little baby.
Who knows? Me too.
I think it was about like the halfway through the last segment that Roma realized that they wanted to do a hyperfix on this show and stopped showing me full segments.
Yeah.
So this is all just
the-
new to me.
The next segment's my absolute fucking favorite. It's iconic. Like, if you thought Dora's Schmarmy was iconic, like, this next one, King. Absolute Short King.
King of the Hill.
Absolute Short King of the Hill. Are we ready for the next episode, or do you want to see the reveal for who the haunted house guest is?
I'm ready to move on.
I'm good because I will
Alright.
be watching things on my own. So
Okay.
I will not. Probably. We'll see.
That's fine. So the next segment has a special place in my heart. It's got the best jingle I've ever heard of in my life. Look at them making the little games for you. They love you.
This is the kind of thing that I feel like I might be really into as a kid, like the mechanics on moving around, but also it's just so much happening, it's like overstimulating.
yeah.
Hey, folks.
My Short King.
What is that?
What's going on with his face?
How's it going?
What is that
Your old
being?
pal Eddie Bull
That
here
creature?
at the exciting Walla Walla Washington Zoo. This week we're going to...
Eddie Bull, he's edible. He really is incredible. He's simply the best of the bunch. There's simply no disguising that he's so appetizing that we want him for our lunch.
No.
Eddie
No,
Bull.
this is-
Ha, ha, ha.
This is weird. No, this is weird. Roma, this is
Iconic. Look at my short king.
What is happening?
So let me guess the premise. It's
Yeah.
a guy who gets bored by a bunch of animals.
Yeah, it's 4 kids vor.
That is an amazing sentence.
Again, really, really mixing up the target demographic here.
Absolutely. So the premise of Eddie Bull is that Eddie Bull works at the zoo and gets eaten every episode that he's in by an animal, and whole, mind you, and will pass through the digestive tract and give you hints as to what animal ate him. So he'll give you 3 hints, and then you'll find out at the end who ate him, and then he gets pooped out whole.
Wonderful. Lovely.
I've decided I'm not going to watch this show.
I might skip this segment.
I will say Eddie Bull is also a physiological mystery because he gets eaten by like frogs and beavers.
Incredibly short king.
Incredibly short king. So I don't know how he gets to be that small to be eaten whole.
He has superpowers.
Yeah, so he belongs in My Hero Academia for certain.
Sure, yeah. They just let anyone in there now.
The intro song is an absolute bop, and I remember it like literally when the segment came up. Like I remembered the whole song. My goddaughter most definitely the second time listening to it was humming along.
Hell yeah,
because it's that iconic. And they go through the song again at the end of the segment, which is fantastic. The rhinoceros is my favorite with the armor and the
I
little
love this
hat.
hippo. That hippo looks so distressed.
Yeah,
The lion was terrifying.
It's all bad.
The lion is
I hate it
terrifying.
all.
It's all
Oh my
bad.
God,
This
it's
is
disgusting.
the segment that Lisa got to see, Lewis's wife, and the part where Lisa looked at me in a horror because she does not like the claymation because it scares her, and I went, "Ooh, I am so sorry," but I did in fact get her consent to show her before she said, "Yeah, no, never mind."
The forward-facing lion, bad.
Forward-facing lion.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, so Eddie Bull, iconic, love it. Probably for the thumbnail, I might draw myself as Eddie Bull. No cap.
I like
You do you.
them having this sign with his name on it at the zoo implies that he is not just an employee, but he is a feature. He is a show. People go there
is
to
the
watch him get
attraction.
eaten.
The
With
show.
Walla Walla Washington Zoo.
People go there with the intention of watching him get eaten.
I want to see him get shit out.
How long is it gonna take?
They just wait the whole time. They don't have the camera perspective of watching it be digested. They're just standing there watching the animal. They already know the answer.
They're just waiting for him to give them hints.
They already know the answer.
They're not
They
there
sure
for the
do.
trivia. They already know. They're just there for the show.
They're just there for violence.
Absolute violence. Speaking of violence, this next segment I do not remember at all from this entire show. It also stresses me out. It does not stress me out the most, but it stresses me out nonetheless. Are you prepared for the next segment?
No.
I'm so ready.
Hit it.
All right, it's called, after we get to the bit, let the game load in cartridge. Here we go.
The Allspark. The cube.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's called 10 seconds.
Oh, this is gonna be
Play
just anxiety.
10 seconds, where you've got to
No,
read
God.
between the lines and think up the answers before time runs out. So now you know how to play.
Oh,
You're on
God.
your own. You got 10 seconds.
What? What?
What's the answer?
Ready to go on
What's
vacation?
the question?
Cause it's spring break.
Spring break.
Next one.
In a box.
In the box?
Feeling
In the
claustrophobic?
box?
Well, I am. The answer is boxed in. What's next?
Oh, fuck you.
Boxed in.
I hate this.
Life on
Life
Mars.
on Mars.
Yeah, you got it.
Gotta phone that one
Did
in.
you get
Yeah,
it?
that one's-
It's life on Mars. You got 10 more seconds to get the next one.
Is it gonna fall down? Is London Bridge?
Yeah.
London Bridge starting to fall down. That's great.
You might as well just go.
London Bridge is falling down.
This is the fastest segment, I would argue.
So keep your feet on the ground and your head in the clouds until it's once more time to play 10 seconds.
I get that one. I'm fine with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's not too bad.
It feels like it's Roger Rabbit voice for me.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Like
That's
just
a positive.
oh. Yeah, so viewers, listeners at home, basically you get plopped into a screen that looks like the rest of the show, and it's a Roger Rabbit ass sounding dude who's like giving you basically Remus puzzles to solve. So they'll give you like visual word puzzles, and you got to figure out what they're trying to tell you in 10 seconds. And watching my goddaughter try to solve it was hilarious. She was sweating. She was sweating so hard. She's like, I don't understand. I just started learning how to read. What is going on?
Well, no, it fucked me up that it started. The timer started. I didn't even know what we were doing yet.
Yeah.
That's like anxiety mode activated.
Yeah, but you're captivated.
It
It's
kept
something.
my attention for sure.
It's something.
So if that got your attention and that got your anxiety up, this next segment will definitely relax you down. Are you ready?
Nope.
Too bad. I love the robot designs, but it also is kind of wild to think now in this day and age with gender that they just straight up, like, they've got, I don't know. I like the girl robots, but they're robots.
They're just them presenting.
What the fuck is that thing?
Disgusting. It's fucking disgusting.
Welcome to Riddle Snake.
In the
Oh,
dark
no.
and mysterious recesses of
Monsters
parts
Inc.
unknown,
Randall.
there resides the strange and riddle-wise creature known only as the Riddle Snake. His music is enchanting, and his riddles are perplexing. So look close,
Look at him pulling out his little trumpet.
even closer.
I hate how it moves.
This one scared me. I would actually walk away during this segment.
This feels a little troubling.
This is one of those Courage the Cowardly Dog episodes that like grandparents get mad about.
So, the Riddle Snake gives you a riddle, but they're not really riddles. They're really just more jokes.
Yeah, this is just a trivia question.
So we got a purple snake with a fun little snake charmer hat. And the snake wakes up and looks at you and grabs a little trumpet from its coil. And as it plays the trumpet, words come out of the trumpet to give you the riddle. And the riddle on the screen says, "Where was King Solomon's temple?"
I know it. I'm not gonna say it, but I know it. It's a bullshit question. I hate it if I have the answer.
So I want to tell you about the liberal future liberals want.
Okay,
I'm listening.
go for it.
So you know the meme where it's like, this is the future liberals want, and it's like women like enslaving men or something like that. That sort of meme.
Yeah, for sure.
So you know how this segment's called Riddle Snake? And it's a snake charmer bit.
Yeah.
So as the riddle is played up, they give you some time to think about the riddle. They repeat it a few times, and then the basket to the left of the riddle snake opens. And it's a man who comes out of the basket, like the snake charmed the man out of the basket.
This is the future the snakes want.
The snake
he's
looks
doing a little
pissed about it
dance.
too. The snake looks not happy that this
Look,
is
This is
happening.
the liberal
just-
agenda.
Yeah.
What does this mean for the lore?
So when the man gets out of the basket, he's the guy who's going to give you the answers to the question. And he just goes, and he just pumps a little trumpet.
On his forehead. Yeah, fuck you. That's what I thought.
Motherfucker.
It's on his fucking forehead. Yeah.
And then he goes back into his little basket
This is
majestically.
this is the riddle that like Travis McElroy would bring on.
Yeah.
It's not a riddle.
And then the snake goes back to sleep after the segment's done. What do you think of Riddle Snake?
I hate him.
I've used this word before, but now I mean it more than I ever could possibly in the past. That was a nightmare. That was an actual nightmare.
Just you wait.
Oh boy.
No, the listeners don't get, unless they watch this, that it's like a claymation snake, but it moves smoother than it feels like it should, and it's just bad. It's just bad to see.
That's what they spent 8 months on.
Just the snake.
And
the guy who dances out of the basket.
To recover from the snake, I would like to present you the next segment, and after this segment, we'll get into our commercial break. But I want to take a tally right now. Who's One Piece fans?
Yeah,
I've One Piece.
So Kingdom and Jakey like One Piece. Lewis, you have big One Piece.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you're valid.
It's difficult because I don't like the artistic style, and it makes my brain tingles bad. I want to enjoy it. I know there's good shit in there. It's just ugly.
You're
like
valid.
the show.
You're valid. So, as we let the stream transition to the next bit, wait a minute. I lied. This is where I have to start pulling stuff up.
Oh.
I believe it was like episode 5.
The next segment is one that I also really dislike, and one that Allison really disliked.
Oh boy.
I can't wait.
It's called Radio Scramble. Here we go. And you'll understand once you look at it why I say One Piece.
That's Frankie. Okay, got it. That's Frankie One Piece. Xbox.
Hey, all you people and peopleettes. Hello and jello from your humble phone, Jumpin' Johnny Jumble. Or as we say here at Scramblin' Radio, Jumpin' Johnny Jellbum. Because here at Scramblin' Radio, we mix them and you fix them.
It's just gonna be anagrams, isn't it?
In other words, my name is really Jumpin' Johnny Jumbo.
Yeah.
Johnny Bumbo. I knew that you could.
So,
I played
It's
Kingdom
Frankie.
Hearts.
it's Frankie.
Frankie's giving us anagrams to solve.
Yes. So, listeners at home, CRASHBOX Radio Scramble is a segment where you go to, I think it's called KBox radio station, and there is a microphone, like those old school stage microphones, but he's got the blue suave Elvis hair, I guess, with big sunglasses and a funky outfit, and he's in a radio station, and his name is Jumpin' Johnny Jumble. But they scramble the words around, and so they play songs where they say the word but it's scrambled, and you have to figure out what the word actually is, and then he'll tell you at the end what it is. So he does 2 or 3 of those, and then the segment's over. But yeah, I'm not good at letter scrambles. They make my brain hurt. So I didn't like this segment as a kid.
Okay, I thought it would be didn't like it because scarier than normal.
He is scary, but I more so was afraid of not succeeding.
Not being good enough. I get that. Yeah.
Bruh, I still fear that.
Yeah.
We're not good enough for Johnny Jet Jumble.
No, Johnny Jumble would be disappointed in us.
The thing is about this, you said Frankie, and now I have Frankie in my mind. I feel like Frankie can't even read, let alone do an anagram.
100%.
I feel like Frankie looked at Brooke and made Johnny Jumble.
Well,
they did the fusion dance.
Yeah.
Fascinating. This voice actor also voiced Tobirama Senju from Naruto, the second Hokage, so...
Oh my god.
Wait, he looks really familiar.
Yeah.
The teacher in Persona 5.
For real?
He did a bunch of stuff in Naruto.
Damn.
This is so wild.
Yeah.
It like every time I find if the voice actor isn't like one of the creators of the show, then they're like still active voice actors.
Yep.
That just have this blemish on the record. That's
oh
mean
my
to
god.
Say. It's mean to say. I shouldn't have said that, but it's
iconic record smudge. Thank you.
Iconic.
So now we're gonna go to our commercial break.
We get to look at the ears some more.
Hi there, my name's Max Newland. My friends and I love anime, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Hello, my name is Max Kostrak, and I have a confession today. I do love anime.
Hey there, my name is Stevie Matos, and I love anime like I love yogurt parfaits.
I watch it, I engage with it, and I think about it a lot.
Give me a good bed of mechs, sprinkled with some harem anime, a slice of life, and some little dabs of a sports anime. Let's go.
Now doesn't that sound delicious? Join us every Monday at the After School Anime Club, a podcast where we play fun games and talk through the anime classics of the 90s and 2000s. That's the After School Anime Club, available now on your podcatcher of choice.
So in between the episodes, they have this little transition thing for the commercial break. And you go to the maintenance room where the game system overloads.
Oh.
And the maintenance guy has to fix it.
Oh, that dude's me at work, just like chilling, being like, I don't have to do nothing.
No.
But there's different things that he does to fix it.
This would scare me as a kid. I wasn't sure about the rest of it. This would scare me as a kid.
I think it's adorable.
Look, it's a donut.
Donut times.
Hey, why did it squish like that?
The frosting. And then the game systems go back online. And
Good
the show
job,
continues.
Mr. Maintenance Man.
Oh my god. I'm sorry I haven't been talking much. Just this yucks my brain so hard.
That one was the roughest one so far.
Did you hear the like gooeyest sounding donut? It went.
It was an actual like nut for like a nut and bolt just covered in frosting.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
I wonder if any of these like figures still exist somewhere.
Probably.
eBay, here we go.
So the next segment is probably going to be y'all's favorite, if I had to guess, in terms
I'm
of...
a big fan of the name.
Yes. This next segment is called Captain Bones. Let's get into it.
Bones.
The SpongeBob music, let's go!
Shiver me timbers! Yo ho ho! Look alive, ye lollygaggers! I am the incredibly dead Captain Bones.
It's Brooke.
I've been sailing the seven seas for an
I
eternity.
love him.
And I'll tell ya, I'm a bored stiff. The only thing that saves me from going stark raving mad is making
I'm
up
a
math
big
puzzles
fan
using
of
nothing
skeleton
but me own
characters.
bones. Now watch closely and just do as I say, or I'll surprise the life out of ye. Just
This is
watch
winning
me
me back.
bones. Think of a number between 1 and 10, or higher if you think you can handle it. Now, multiplier by 5.
Okay.
Time's up, you thumb-twiddling yahoos.
All
I'm
right.
tired of spoon-feeding you.
So, what do you think about Captain Bones so far?
Big fan of this guy carrying the show.
Best friend.
Bones.
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 But he knocked himself on the head and all his bones fell apart, and that was like a real legitimate laugh.
Yep.
I like
That was
that.
so funny.
I like this guy.
Yes, listeners at home, Captain Bones is just a naked skeleton with an eye patch, a gold tooth, and a bandana who jumps down from the top of a pirate like lookout perch and is like, I've been dead for a long time and I'm bored as shit, so you're gonna solve math problems that I make out of my own bones, and smacks himself on the head and becomes a pile of bones that like slide across the poop deck and become problems you have to solve. And his head rolls into the corner with his hand, and he talks shit at you in pirate the entire time.
In pirate, the language.
Yeah, he will absolutely call you a moron straight to your face several times a segment.
And that's why I love him.
He's a bully. Hell yeah.
So, you know how, like, So his bones are math problems, but in the sense that you move one of the bones to solve the problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like the toothpick puzzles.
Yeah, it's a math correction game. It's pretty great, honestly. I wonder if we can catch him being mean to us.
I'm
There you
tired
go.
of spoon feeding you.
He's tired of spoon feeding us.
You should be ready to add 10. I said add 10, you polyester loving, Speedo wearing.
Yeah, so he just talks bad shit at you the whole time.
Polyester loving, Speedo wearing hobgoblins.
Yep.
Is that what he just said to my fucking face?
Yes, that's what he said to your fucking face. Iconic. We love us some Captain Bones.
He's much better than the other math guy. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
The cocaine guy.
The cocaine robot.
So I'm glad that we are on a high note because I'm about to ruin it. Let's move on to our next segment called Poop or Scoop.
Ooh, okay.
The voice actor for this played Luigi in the Super Mario Super Show.
Wait, which one? Which character?
Poop or Scoop announcer.
Oh my gosh.
So just remember, this is the voice of Luigi right here.
I love Luigi. Don't ruin him. I already hate this.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely Luigi.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm talking here. That's
Why is
better.
this first person?
All right, it's time once again to play Poop or Scoop. Can you tell the straight scoop true from the animal poop false? Test your knowledge of the animal kingdom by separating
it's just
fact
true
from
or
fiction.
false, but they did
Let's
ha-ha
start
poo-poo.
with this shocker. Poop or Scoop. An electric eel generates enough electricity to power a 20-story office building. What's it gonna
That's
be?
poop.
Do
Poo-poo.
electric eels really pack
shot.
that kind of punch? If you think they do, let me hear you say scope. If not, say poop.
Let's go!
Yes.
the
So,
answer is-
listeners at home, Poop or Scoop is a true or false animal segment where it's like you're at a circus, but there's a red curtain and the little arm comes out and gives you a wheel that they spin and starts with an animal and gives you a fact. And you have to say if it's true or false. And there's 4 questions. And so if you get 1 right, you're a pooper. If you get 2 right, you're a pooper scooper. If you get 3 right, you're a super pooper scooper. And if you get all of them right, you're a super duper pooper scooper.
Hell yeah, okay.
Allison loved this segment.
A child like poop?
Yes. Absolutely. And she would be so distraught if she got it wrong. Yeah. That's
Thanks
it.
for ruining our goddaughter.
No problem.
I think that they just improved the goddaughter.
Allison has never been the same since Pooper Scooper.
No. I made sure to let her know that this was all in fact available on YouTube. So she can watch it at her leisure. But yeah, so how do we feel about Poop or Scoop?
Bad.
Fantastic.
Luigi, why?
Luigi, why?
Animal-based true or false, but with poo-poo.
Yep.
The fact that it is just Luigi, like it's the same voice is.
He didn't even try to change it.
What is this? What is this next one that you typed in? Why is it called that? This is a big departure from Pooper Scoop.
This next segment is with Billie Eilish's mom herself. This segment is called Mugshots. But the YouTube video that I pulled from is called CRASHBOX Mugshots with Elderly Women. That's why we're freaking out.
I thought that was just the whole title.
No.
I was hoping that was the whole title.
Next game up, Mugshots.
My name's Verity. I bust bad guys. You want to help? Come on in. We got 4 suspects pinned down. 3 of them are guilty. Listen to their stories and spot the mistakes. The ones that lie did the crime. Today, we're interviewing 4 old ladies from the local senior citizens' home. Seems 3 of them were fixing the Tuesday night bingo games. Remember, only one of these gals is telling the truth. The other 3 are lying.
I have to remind myself that this is all one
Gertrude
show.
Simsbury.
Yeah.
Isn't she the cutest thing?
Don't
That's
you
a person.
take that tone with me, Detective Weisenheimer, or I'll knock you into the cutest little coma.
Cutest little coma.
I'm innocent. Last Tuesday, I was visiting my daughter in Miami, Florida. Did you know that Florida was one of the original 13 colonies?
Maybe.
Scary. Genuinely scary.
Well, you know, her alibi checks out. She has the Miami shirt. How else would she get that?
That's the only way she would know.
And she did know the fact about Florida being one of the original 13 colonies.
I don't even know if that's true. Y'all down there. I'm up here in the second colony.
Nah. We didn't get picked up until fucking, what's his name? He was one of the presidents, Andrew something.
Jackson?
Yeah, Andrew Jackson marched his ass down here at one point. No, we're not one of the original 13 colonies.
She's lying.
She's lying, yes.
How could she lie with a face like that?
See,
with the face like an actual like gremlin.
I don't know if Roma's telling the truth because all I know is that they taught me how to avoid getting eaten by an alligator.
Yes. So listeners at home, 1, they do tell us how to avoid alligators in school. 2, the mugshots is basically lady detective has 4 suspects and she listens to all of their alibis and you have to guess which one is innocent based if they're telling the truth or if their fact is true or false. So it's basically 3 truths or 3 lies and a truth. But you get real footage of a real person in costume giving these tested statements, if you will. And it's the worst, honestly.
Her smile is haunting me.
Yeah, it's not. I learned something else that is back to the voice actor thing that's just throwing me completely. Detective Verity, the host for this segment, as we've established, is Billie Eilish's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. Other thing that's wild, the only other voice work she's done is 4 parts in CRASHBOX in 1999, as we've established, and Samara in Mass Effect 2. And that's it.
Ayo.
And that's crazy to me.
That is one stacked resume.
Ayo. Gave birth, made a star. That's all I needed. Well, both her kids. I don't know if the brother is the same mom or not, but
yeah, the same mom, and he helps write the music with Billy.
Yeah.
He
also dates someone who looks exactly like his sister, so that's kind of
yikes.
Kind of weird, dude.
Yikes. Yeah.
I'm gonna judge your personality based on that.
So how do we feel about mugshots?
Bad.
Bad?
Well, you bad. You bad.
You want to see something worse?
Yes.
Oh. What was that?
You're going to find out. This next segment is called Word Shake.
What?
Hello, bonjour. I'm very excited today. We're going to be mixing up some word shakes. Can you guess what I'm making? It's a little tricky because I have a strong French accent. So listen carefully. But to get ready, put together the letters P and O. P.
Whoa! He's gonna pee in the pot.
Oh my god! See, he's got it.
P and O. Get it? I give you a big hint. You can play on
Definitely
it.
not OP.
Get it? No? Piano! Piano! I am so funny I hurt myself. Oh, okay.
You know, wait. You said I'm so funny I hurt myself. That wasn't a joke. And you didn't get hurt.
Why does it look like it looks and feels like a silent film, but he's voicing it over and it's racist and
Uh-huh.
This is just
Yeah. So Word Shake, listeners at home, is a segment where you put 5 cents into a machine that says Word Shake, and it's a giant chef's hat with a mustache. And after you put 5 cents in, you crank it, and a little screen is at the top of the hat. And you zoom in, and it's this black and white silent film style Charlie Chaplin looking ass dude in a chef's outfit with big bushy eyebrows and a big French mustache in a kitchen. And he is shaking up words together for you to figure out. It's basically mashing 2 sounds together. It's a phonics game, but he's being very problematically French.
This is the Frenchest man you've ever seen.
This is your grandpa. You ask grandpa, what do French people like?
he said the words, but it's hard to find out what I'm saying because of my French accent.
Because I have a very thick French accent.
This is the worst.
Yeah.
This is a segment I have never seen. It's in like 3 episodes. It is the worst. This doesn't come up until season 2. The 24th episode is when this guy shows up.
Wow. Unlucky number 24.
So surprising that he never showed up after that. Like, they cut him off so early. He was just in his prime, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Told me this wasn't a hit?
Nope. He was not. He was the only full human segment. He's not popping. But I would like to cleanse your palates with the most normal segment this show has ever had.
The credits?
No.
Normal?
The credits are actually really charming. I will show you that. But the next segment is called Like Totally Paige and Sage.
Hey guys, check it
If I
out.
can type.
Here's Paige.
Why does it sound so familiar?
Identical twins.
Why was I put on this earth?
They're beheaded.
What? To suffer.
They like totally look alike. If you totally scoot up to the screen real close, you'll see 10 differences on each side of the picture. Today, they're on the boardwalk. Think you can find the differences? Awesome. You got 60 seconds.
Yeah, kids, put your eyeballs right up to your cathode tube ray TVs.
Really burn those retinas.
Yep.
I don't know if this is like part of just like watching these clips a bunch, but this seems really familiar. This one specifically.
I mean, I think as kids, we all had the spot the difference things in content for us to consume.
Yeah. But the whole thing. But like, I feel like I've seen this skit before.
It's making me think of a show, Action League Now, that was on Cartoon Network. Around the same time, it was Actual Toys, and that's what it's making me think of.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Like,
that's what it was.
They got the naked Thor character. Yeah.
Yeah. Digging up memories.
Mm-hmm. Basically, what we see on screen is 2 Barbie dolls named Paige and Sage, and it's very normal Valley Girl 90s, like, hey girl, this is totally Paige and Sage. And it's 2 scenes. It's basically the same scene, but there's 10 differences, and you get 60 seconds to spot all of the differences. That's it. That's the segment. Any questions?
I do like how the first difference I spotted was the food cart. They got tofu burgers and veggie dogs, but tofu burgers is my favorite thing ever now.
Tofu burgers.
Mm-hmm. This is 90s girl propaganda, 100%. I don't know if y'all have experienced the 90s girl propaganda, but this is haunting me and trying to steal. It's trying to give me gender I don't want.
I really love the magazine cutout hunk in the background.
Yes, and that it's like slightly falling over in the other one.
Yeah. Couldn't get him to stand up straight.
That's not one of the differences. It's just a mistake.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, as after the 60 seconds, they'll point out all the differences to see if you caught them, and the show's over. That's like totally Paige and Sage. That's it. That's the bit.
I love paying for cable TV to play Spot the Difference.
Yep.
One of the intro jokes was really good, though. It's like, they're identical twins, and they totally look the same, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That one confused me, though, because I'm like, duh. And it's probably just my autism being like, of course they look similar. But yeah, are we ready for the next segment?
Oh, I am.
This one hurts me the most.
I feel fucking catatonic at this point. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm just so jaded. I'm like dying over
There's
here.
4 segments left. Do not worry, we are almost done.
You got this, Lewis.
It is the kind of content that just drains your soul.
I've watched a lot of this lately. This is
I'm
all I
broken
know.
because I'm just energized. I'm a fundamentally destroyed person.
Yep. Only
The listeners can hear my energy falling as the episode continues.
this turns my birthday episode is the least listened to episode because we fucking watched CRASHBOX. Fuck. Watch the numbers just dip dive, and Andrew Sherman emails me like, yo, what happened? Be like, CRASHBOX, my bad.
We made a bad call.
Bad call.
For Roma's birthday, they decided to torture us, but Jake liked it.
We made a bad call. We showed the riddle snake. It was a mistake, okay?
No, we won't do it again. All right, Lens McCracken. I introduce to you.
I'm Lens McCracken. Photos.
I'm interested.
I cover the crime beat armed only with my camera and my smarts. Some say it's all camera and no smarts. To them, I say, you got it, baby. So come on in and sit down, kid. I'm just looking at my latest batch of photo clues, and I need your help figuring them out. Once we have the clues, watch in amazement as I use my unusual gift for deductive reasoning to solve the crime. It was a hot and sultry day. The Hawaiian luau party went wrong. In fact, it was a disaster. And that's why I call this case the case of the Hawaiian luau party disaster.
Wow. At least he's very straightforward.
And see what you get.
That's corn.
What kind of corn are you eating?
That's corn.
Why is it white?
There's white
This is
corn.
uncooked.
This one really squashes me. Figuring this one out is
Still hated that it looked like teeth.
Flies, I tell you. You think you might know? Ouch, that's a pretty.
I can't do this one justice. We're watching the whole segment.
Sweet and juicy clue, all right.
Corn, pineapple.
Take your time.
Some
Hey
sort of
kids, look at these frightening looking images.
Okay, I'm not giving up until I get all of these. All right, let's try my darkroom computer, the Solutionator.
Oh, that's a man.
The Solutionator.
So, here's the first close-up. Did you figure it out? It's a corn on the cob.
Dude, we got the corn part.
That was no picnic. What's the next photo?
I fucking love corn. I'll recognize it anywhere.
Yeah, I'd sure be crushed if I couldn't get it. A fly swatter.
Literally, who would get that it was a fly swatter? Fly swatters look like many things.
Out of this next
Thought it was a great.
So, here's the close-up. It's a pineapple. How tropical. I mean, typical.
Why do you sound so
Well, the
angry?
practically speaks
How tropical.
Okay. A corn farmer from Iowa got a hankering for something sweet to eat. He decided he had to have a pineapple. His craving was so strong he jumped on a plane and flew to Hawaii.
Why'd he bring
While in
corn
Hawaii,
with him?
He attended a luau party where he traded some of his ears of corn for the delicious pineapple.
Oh,
When they
okay.
sliced open the pineapple, it attracted flies. The farmer tried to squash the flies with a fly swatter, and as he was waving the fly swatter around, the Hawaiian girls in the grass skirts thought it was a new dance. Everybody started doing the crazy new fly swatter dance, which scared the luau pig, who jumped out of his pen. Then the pig tackled the Hawaiian girl dancer and, wearing a grass skirt, ran away. And as everybody knows, you can't have a luau party without a luau pig. So that's why the party was a disaster.
Roma, this never gets easier.
That was easy.
What the fuck was that?
This just doesn't get easier.
Let me sit up for this. I was reclined. Let me tell you how I was dying there from all those other segments, and how this one got me in there. It was nice, cool images. It was just like a cool tone. Not that they were interesting, but it was just nice, cool images. It's very fascinating. The guy's voice is relaxing. It's like, all right, I get it. And the fucking disappointment I feel with this goddamn segment. Why? What deductive reasoning do you get from corn, pineapple, fly swatter? Do you get like, obviously, motherfucker went all the way to Hawaii, traded his corn, started swatting flies, thought it was a dance, luau pig gets out.
Yeah, Lewis, I mean, the luau pig got out. You can't have a luau now.
Yeah, that was obvious.
That's what the corn meant.
That's why it was a disaster.
Lens McCracken is one of the segments I hate the most. Not the one I hate the most, but it definitely bothers me because it's a departure from the rest of the show, and the stories this dude comes up with at the end always makes me so angry because I never would have gotten it from the context clues that he gave. I know it's just
no one would.
It's just because he gives you a close-up photo because his lens McCracken, his zoom lens is cracked, so he has to take up-close photos, to which then he shows you the photos, and he's like, well, I don't know what the fuck this is, and then he puts it in the machine, and the machine spits out the full image with darkroom photos nonetheless. Like, this show did not date well 23 years later.
Hey, stupid ass. Hey, dumb ass. Hey, dumb stupid. Fix your camera.
Hey, take some fucking pictures of some good shit.
No
or
cap, though.
just take a step back.
Agatha Christie would be really proud of his fucking mystery solving, though. Let's be real.
Pull out your fucking iPhone, bro. God damn. Have we... Okay, you mentioned that this is one of your least favorite.
Yeah.
Have we seen the worst yet?
No.
Oh, God.
Is it the last
I saved it for last.
Hell
yeah.
Oh, God. The build-up.
So this next segment I actually really do like. Allison did not get the segment very well because similar to Haunted House Party. But let me hit you with this one. I will say is completely silent.
Hey, yo.
Why is it called that? Why is it called that? Hey, why is it called
You'll
that?
find out.
I love it.
This segment is called Dirty Pictures.
Maybe I don't want to be a host, actually.
Damn. I think while you guys are reacting to it, just so you're not shocked, I'm going to mute myself in the Discord, but I'm going to explain it to the listeners while you guys are reacting. Does that sound cool?
Sure.
Just because the segment's completely silent.
Okay. The pretense is scaring me.
Oh, he's covered in cobwebs. Ew.
Is he a flyer or is he a wood? Why is he like that?
I think he's a woodman.
Why is he like that? Why does he look like that? What? What?
Why is he still snoring even though he's awake?
That's just the intro. All right. This is the title card. I am uncomfortable.
Okay, so...
Got it. Short film creator, you gotta guess it.
Oh yeah, that little gray splotch, that I got it already, man. Yeah, you don't have to keep putting them up.
Rocket League.
What is that?
That's an eyeball.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
Wait, what the fuck?
I don't think this is the real one. I don't think this is the real one.
Wait, Roma!
I don't think this is a real one either.
I don't think this is a real one. I'm gonna rip all my hair out. fan. That's crazy.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's
I
53
should have vetted the video before I showed it to you.
Who made this as a burn on some guy with 50 subscribers?
35 subscribers.
Wait, scroll back down to the comment. Said I hate you.
I hate you. Wait, no. This goes deeper. Scroll down. The video is from 4 years ago, and the comment is from 5 years ago.
What?
Wait. I can't.
This video broke. This broke YouTube.
I think the listeners deserve an explanation.
I can't do it.
So this segment is called Dirty Pictures, and I couldn't even describe it while I was muted because you guys were popping off, and I can't keep up. So this segment is this: the museum is closed for cleaning, which is wild because they're completely silent through this. I assume because they're in a museum, but it's closed for cleaning, so they could talk if they wanted to. But you have a cleaning lady with a feather duster, and she's dusting off the paintings so you could see what they are. And she's accompanied by the security guard, who's an old man who's sleeping, and he's like covered in cobwebs. But
he's scary.
Pretty much, as she's slowly dusting off sections of the painting of the famous person, he's putting up cue cards that have the hints for what the famous person is or who the famous person is. Usually, it's like Hillary Clinton or Dr. Martin Luther King. On this YouTube search, I very quickly typed in CRASHBOX Dirty Pictures and pulled up a video by somebody with 35 subscribers. And it's an edit, and it's not the original content. And so that's why everyone was popping off so hard.
It showed his VAC ban.
I don't know.
It showed that he was a slave owner. And then it's just a picture of a guy, his eyes are real wide.
Yeah.
It's the camera is like an inch away from his face.
It was just we've been watching this weird ass show, so I like almost expected it to be real.
Until it said slave owner, I was like, oh, wait a second, something's going on here.
I was like, maybe they would put that like a joke. It was like, there's people existed in the past.
Yeah, here's the actual segment. I'll just put, he's knows like, who is it? Spacey guy. And she'll dust off a little section of it, and it's usually a painting. And at the very end, you'll find out. Like this one.
Oh, it's made a giant leap for mankind. I wonder who it is from space. It's Neil Armstrong.
It's Neil Armstrong.
Picture.
It's not a good painting of him, but that's Neil.
No.
I need to. Oh my god.
What?
I'm gonna have to find that other video though and save that. I'm gonna watch that over and over again.
Oh no. I'm glad we found it. Yeah, so Dirty Pictures is fun. I liked it.
It sure is.
But definitely Allison did not figure out who the person was because it was she figured out who Martin Luther King was. That was cool. But like I think there was another one. It was like Richard Nixon. She wasn't gonna get Richard Nixon. But
and she was like, I've never seen that guy's YouTube channel before.
What's Watergate? We ready for the next segment?
Yeah.
This is the second to last. We're almost done. And then we could talk about it some more. This next segment, I actually really love this segment. It's really fun, and it is a reprise of Grim from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. His name is like Greg Eagle, I want to say.
Yeah, that's the voice actor,
yes.
Greg Eagle. He voices a bunch of Jamaican characters, and like he's a black man. When I saw that he was born in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Ahoy, Milan German friends! This here's Captain Bob with a different kind of cool running. I can't get back to my beautiful home in Jamaica cause I'm stuck in this tank. No worries, man. I got me Rasta sub and me dreads swinging to the music. Look at this. Can you help Captain Bob? He's jamming in his soul. Okay, here's the deal. Now I'm gonna show
I
you
can't.
3 things. And you got to tell me what they all
I can't
got in
react.
common. But you got to do it before the water runs out of me tank. Let's go, gang. We got to get jamming.
Use your eyes, use your brain before these screws go down the drain.
Like I said, we got 3 things. We got a circus,
It's
a married couple.
Rings?
Yes, that's the correct
because of the
answer.
rings.
Yep, this is Captain
They should have
Bob.
had the movie.
What?
The movie The Ring.
True. Did The Ring come out before 1999?
Maybe the Ringu did.
Doesn't too.
Damn. Yeah, no.
Sad.
So
The original Japanese one was 98 though, so
Oh, then they should have just.
they should have
Brandon
just made the
Japan.
reference, man. Oh, actually, this is a good time to bring up the fun fact. This is a Canadian American animated series. It was broadcasted over in Asia for a brief period of time, but definitely mainly stayed here in the States or North America.
I feel like this would be a wild thing to localize somewhere else.
Absolutely.
There's just so many cultural references and just bizarre shit.
Yep. So Think Tank is about a Jamaican guy named Captain Bob, and he is stuck / imprisoned in an aquarium, and he lives in a submarine in the aquarium, and he's trying to get his way back home to Jamaica. But in the meantime, he will show you 3 things, and you have to figure out what those 3 things have in common before the water drains from the aquarium. I actually did some research because I listeners at home, I'm white, and I obviously want to be a better person and educate myself. So I turned to my partner, Tony, and I said, Tony, what is your opinions on Captain Bob? And Tony went, does everybody look kind of funky like that? Because, all the characters in this show are just like really fucking wild looking. And I said, yes. And I showed him Eddie Bowl, and he went, okay, so he doesn't look problematic, but I'm not Jamaican. And I was like, that's fair. And he's like, but my coworker Darius is Jamaican. And I went, can you please ask Darius what his opinion is on Captain Bob? And he went, no. And I went, please. And he's, so we sent this video that I just showed you to Darius, to which Darius replied, nah, that just looks like fun Jamaican man to me. Like, whatever, had no problem with it. And I was like, okay. To which then we were like, by the way, this is also voiced by Greg Eagles, Grim from Billy and Mandy. And he went, oh, sick. Okay. And so, so far, there's been no complaints about Captain Bob. I really like this segment. I really like the submarine. The musical aspect of it is really fun. It's really catchy. And usually I can guess what it is. But like, for example, one episode was, what do these 3 things have in common? It was a rock, a horseshoe, and a salad.
Oh, I get it.
But Allison didn't know that you could toss salads, or that was a phrase. So she didn't get it. But yeah, so for the most part, you can figure it out. I think the one that made me upset was politicians, a sprinter, and a river. And I was like,
you run.
Yeah, well, I thought it was like a political race or a racing river or a sprinting race, but it was run.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Call the race because everyone was running.
So Captain Bob's segment's fun. Yeah, Captain Bob.
That segment just looks weird. It has a weird vibe, weird energy.
It is definitely one of the weirder looking claymations.
It's like claymations, but also has like in-camera effects and shit.
Yeah.
Makes it feel wrong.
There is a segment where he points out what everything is from the inside of the submarine, and they float in front of the windows. And they definitely look really weird floating in front of the windows.
Yeah.
But he does this twice before he's done for his segment.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, so that's all I got on Captain Bob for a think tank.
I do like the game, for sure.
The game is fun. Are we ready for the final segment?
Oh, the worst one?
The worst one.
Oh, yes, I'm ready.
in all of this research that I've done and all the videos that I've watched, like the deep dives upon CRASHBOX, one thing in common is that me and all of these other people who've done deep dives all agree that this one was for some fucking reason our favorite, but absolutely upsetting as an adult.
Okay.
I'm worried.
Yeah, like everybody had nothing but good things to say as a kid about this next topic, but yeah, just did not. I will say that it also, in my adult 2023 vision, is also problematic, but we'll get there.
Well, we'll see how it lands. I'm very in tuned with little Lewis. We'll see how I would have reacted back then.
There's so much buffering. Oh, I hate it.
No.
I remember seeing this guy earlier.
It's already the worst part.
Are you ready?
We saw a thumbnail, and it's the worst part.
I'm ready.
In the title.
I'm just gonna hit play. The segment's called Revolting Slob.
Oh, it's real footage.
Yes.
Oh, it's all so...
Thankfully, it's in like
wet and squishy.
420p. Because when it's in
makes it
1080,
worse,
it's
though.
gross.
Your brain fills in the gaps of the resolution.
Did he just say fuck?
You know, we can learn a thing or two from even the most
Want to be a fly vision?
peculiar people. Today, for example, the revolting slob is going to read us a poem.
Yeah?
Wonderful. What is it called?
The dead fly.
How original. Let's hear it.
The dead fly does not fly because I swatted it.
Well, it's not Shakespeare, but it's got a certain something. Is the revolting slob A, reciting, B, receding, or C, reciprocating?
Well, his hairline's receding.
What?
The
He's
answer
repugnant.
Is A, reciting, which means
This
to repeat
is-
from memory.
He's a
or read
Vogon.
aloud.
This is something you see on the TV in The Simpsons because Bart is watching it, and it's a commentary on how bad TV is these days.
Lovely poetry.
That's what this is.
Oh,
my
ew.
word, hide the
You know,
pets, he's on a
in
roll.
Shrek 2, when he becomes really handsome as a human,
Unpronounceable.
if he wasn't really handsome, this is how I imagined Shrek would look as a human.
What's his belly button?
Oh!
It's like he's giving birth to a cat.
Why would you show this to us?
Why wouldn't I?
Really quite A, disintegrated.
I'm
B,
disintegrating
discourteous,
and
or C,
dispersing.
disperse.
This is
The
disrespectful.
correct answer is
It was
B,
very discourteous of you to
discourteous,
show us
which is really a polite way of saying rude. Rude. Well then, let's review.
This dude just has his bush hanging out. God damn it.
The revolting slob is reciting a lovely poem. Such rude behavior is unpardonable. Not to mention discourteous. Oh, and by the way, disintegrated means broken into little itsy bitsy pieces.
Bruh.
They murdered him.
He's dead, yes.
No slobs, cats, or flies were harmed in the filming of this show.
He deserved it, but still.
Doesn't get easier, you know?
That was awful, but also it was art.
Yeah.
I need a nap after that one.
Everything was...
That was a roller coaster.
That dude was,
It was...
his floor was slimy.
Yeah.
And like that shit's offensive somehow.
It is.
And he sneezed like jello that's gone through a blender and has chunks in it into his hand, and then just ate it.
And yeah, Jakey, you were right. Like they modeled the puppet like he has a bunch of he has more hair in his belly button than he does on his head, but it looks like it's his bush.
Yeah, because where his belly's hanging down, it totally looks like his pants are just also kind of down, and so his bush is sticking out. Like, what the fuck?
That's King Iconic right there. Yeah, I may remember him the most only because of how disturbing it is.
I'm gonna have literal nightmares from that. I'm going to bed after this episode.
Me too. That'll leave an impression. I know that much.
Drink to forget.
That was nauseating.
Listeners
Yeah.
at home, this episode.
Don't watch
that. Don't you ever.
It is.
Watch every episode.
Avoid the revolting slob.
Avoid it. The revolting slob is basically a really trashed apartment, like disgusting, like there's food and trash and rats and everything, but all the rats are like puppets and there's slime and it's just gross. And it's the revolting slob, like a foot view sweep with his bunny slippers of him heading to the recliner. And as he sits in the recliner, you get a full view of this just disgusting puppet man. Like it is a full body puppet where a man inside is controlling him to be just absolutely disgusting. And there's a very nice sounding lady narrator who is using the slob's actions to teach you what words mean by context clues. And she does this 3 times. She recaps it. But if you notice, the last time she gives you 3, the last time she tries to get you to figure out what the correct word is, you'll notice that one of the words has to do with exploding, like atomizing, disintegrating, something along those lines. And then so after the recap, she'll be like, and the revolting slob also will be disintegrated, and he'll be like, huh, what? And then he'll explode.
They murder the man
At the end of every segment. And then they'll clarify that no slobs or flies were harmed in the making of this show. Or like one episode it was cats, one episode it was something else. But yeah. One of the YouTubers I was watching, Robo Egg, quoted this when they were writing their notes as the revolting slob does things. Ew.
He does things.
Yep, that's the.
This show was made for young kids. For some reason, the education level of it being way too fucking high for the kids' age that they meant this for. And I can clearly tell you that they did not consider the shortcomings of the American education system.
A lot of people forget that part.
Yeah. But I think this is a good time. Would you guys like to guess what the age level this show was meant for?
It has to be like 9, 8 or 9.
Yeah, earlier I think I said like what 5 to 8. I think I'm gonna bump that up definitely to like 7 to 10 maybe. Like
I absolutely disagree. I'm going lower because everything, yeah, it used some like smarty pants stuff, but like everything was so basic. I'm gonna guess from like 3 to 7. Like this is for little kids.
Absolutely. If we're just thinking about the questions, you're absolutely right. This is just kindergarten level.
No, if I had a child and they were under 8 years old watching this, I would immediately shut it off. If they were 8 to 9, maybe 10, I'd be like, this is weird TV, but fine.
Yeah, but what was it intended for, though? I mean, it was only on for a year.
I cannot be one to judge an artist's intentions.
Would you like your answer? The answer may surprise you.
What?
It's preschool.
I fucking knew it.
So
for little ones.
Folks who aren't in America might not know what preschool is contextually. That's like 4 years old.
Yes.
That is daycare when you're too young to go to school and you learn stuff sometimes.
And they expect you to know a lot of shit, like how many innings are in a baseball game.
But bro, in preschool, I was building blocks and I was damn good at it. I didn't know who Alfred Hitchcock
in preschool,
was.
I was crying.
That too, yeah.
And I'm still doing that, so I guess it works.
They trained us well.
this would simply make me cry more, which, if that's their goal, go for it.
So, do you guys have any questions about CRASHBOX or
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of questions. I don't know if I can put them into words, and I'm not going to try.
Valid.
But this left me with many, many more questions than answers.
Would you watch this?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna go through and watch.
Thank you, Jakey.
You got this playlist here that says every episode, full episode. Yeah, 100%.
Do you have HBO Max?
Well, I don't, but I have somebody's login for it.
Well, you can get it is in fact still available on HBO Max in top quality. So,
Ooh, yes, I won't get that slob in that good old 4K.
I hope I go to sleep and forget everything that I watched today.
I have to edit this.
I'm so sorry.
You said
I
it,
have to
buddy.
relive it.
oh my god,
Damn, that's crazy. Good luck.
this is
with
my
that, though.
childhood. Does this?
The biggest question I'm left with is why, but I don't think any of us can answer that.
Well, I think they saw the Garbage Pail Kids cards and were like, what if we made a TV show?
I was terrified of those things.
I mean, why as more of like cosmically.
That's fair.
Lewis, would you show your kids this?
Fuck no. In fact, I won't show anyone this.
Damn, rip.
Rude.
This is the most repugnant, terrible fucking show I've ever seen in my life, and I'd rather watch almost anything else.
Damn.
But I kind of respect it for that.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, in terms of craftsmanship, as somebody who's super appreciative of animation, I think it's amazing, especially for being made in a short amount of time in the year 1999-2000. But absolutely, I am still very confused as to why this was made for preschoolers. But I'm also super glad that I was able to see it when I did, because it's kind of like Dragon Ball Z, you know what I mean? Where like kids now watching it are probably not going to like get into it as much as we did when it was airing initially. But no, this is actually, no, I lied. Allison loves it. I take that back.
Nah, that's an L take. I'll go back and rewatch all of Dragon Ball. I don't care.
What did she think of the nasty slob?
Fine.
Right on.
It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, and I'm glad. I'm actually like happy that something like this can exist, because it's so weird. But at the same time, I must repeat, why? You could have done so many things, but you chose the revolting slob option.
HBO made this their #1 top dog for children's programming. This aired all the time.
I love them for that.
It would have cost them nothing to not do this.
Shit. Damn, rip.
You know what? There's a universe where this doesn't exist, and we don't have the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, see?
True.
CRASHBOX pipeline to Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Or we don't have Mass Effect 2. Or we don't have what was the other thing? Naruto. That probably wouldn't affect it, but like they'd be different.
They would be different.
You know what?
I'd be different.
These people put their heart and souls into something I'm never gonna look at again. But I appreciate it.
They did a damn good job of something that I will never acknowledge existed.
I'd be really interested to see the animation credits and see what, because this stuff clearly took a lot of passion to get through.
Yeah. I'd love to see what they did next, you know?
Yeah.
So that is something that I did partially look into.
My
there
hero.
was a YouTuber who was saying that CRASHBOX was going to get a revival, according to Wikipedia, in 2018.
No.
To which
No.
I checked Wikipedia, and that's gone.
Oh.
So
Womp womp.
something happened in the past 5 years, and I did a little more research, and I found a Twitter with like 50 followers that was called CRASHBOX Reanimated, and they went on a hiatus. So I don't think we're going to see that happen. But I would love to see something CRASHBOX like come back, because honestly, from the children's television that I've seen in the recent years, I know that that is not targeted for me. But I think Bluey is the only one that really stands out for me in terms of like the content. But animation wise, you know, it's still pretty sanitized, if you will.
Yeah.
Even though it's beautiful, I love the puppetry and I love how they go about doing it, but it's also not like buck wild. You know, I think the closest that we can get is Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and that's just for us adults on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we need this for the modern audience so that we can have more nasty little freaks.
I want this for now. I want Robot Chicken, please. Somebody.
It's very Robot Chicken.
Yeah. Holy shit, yeah.
Just people from Robot Chicken, please make CRASHBOX come back.
That would be so wild.
So, do we have anything else that we're thinking about in terms of CRASHBOX? Anything else that we'd like to address before I show you the outro?
Oh, outro.
I do genuinely hate the ears.
They're bad.
That might be my least favorite part, just because like they are ear-shaped lumps of clay on the outside, like they're silhouettes of ears, and then nothing else. Like those holes don't make sense. The ridges in the ear don't make sense. The earwax doesn't make sense.
It's all bad.
After this excursion, I genuinely feel like I need to take a drink.
Well, we got Coronas in the fridge, so you're set.
I'm learning so much more about the cast of this show. Someone credited as voicing the robot in CRASHBOX is the voice in 750 episodes of The Simpsons as Bart.
What?
It's Nancy Cartwright.
Oh my gosh.
Nancy's in here?
Nancy Cartwright. Yo, only one credit in CRASHBOX, and it's robot, and I don't know who that is in the show.
There's a few
and
of
it's
them.
just IMDb, it could be wrong, but like
IMDb is pretty on point.
That's true. That's kind of wild. But it like proves that this stuff was very passionate people.
Absolutely. And I'm very passionate about it as of right now, and it's going to continue to be the thing that I pull somebody aside with a glimmer in my eye of like, can I show you something fucking wild?
It ruined their day.
Can I break you real quick?
I'm kidding.
How strong do you think you are? Yes. So at the end of every episode, there is a little segment called CRASHBOX Rewind, where they go over everything that you've learned that day and then roll credits. Are you interested to seeing episode 1's CRASHBOX Rewind?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
It's time for CRASHBOX Rewind, where we flash back through the show and remind you how
Bart?
smart
Maybe.
you really are.
They got webbed hind feet, which help them swim. It's the beaver!
He's a master magician who excelled at very difficult
It
escapes,
opened like that.
such as handcuffs, straitjackets,
What
sealed
is
water
Houdini?
chambers.
That's right. I'm Harry Houdini.
You take the unlucky
I was
number
right.
13 to add to the 2 nostrils in your nose and subtract the 9 innings of a baseball game. And the answer is 6. 6.
Wind is getting frightened even better than a glass of water.
This is the end of the series where we look back at the journey we've went on together.
A tornado is a dark funnel-shaped cloud containing violently rotating air that can develop within a heavy thunderstorm cloud and extends to the earth.
Well, that's it for now. See you next time.
Look at the little guy cranking.
He's cranking that. He's cranking it.
Crank that Soulja
God
Boy.
damn it, I was gonna make this joke.
Oh, now I gotta look for show Nancy Cartwright. Spank.
Spank and crank?
No. Did the show.
Roma,
Yeah.
thanks for really testing if we had what it takes to be a host on this show.
Ah!
You said, let me make it the hardest fucking thing for someone to digest.
Hey, you know, we're normalizing info dumping, and in that process, you also need to be prepared for the most in-depth analysis that you could possibly receive.
I loved every single minute of this except for the psychomath.
Yeah, psychomath was really wild.
That was the worst part for you?
Yeah. Everything else was terrible, but in a way that I loved.
Like good, bad.
Psychomath, I had nothing that I liked about it.
Psychomath is
There was
stressful.
There's math. I'm stupid. I mean,
Really clears up the sinuses.
So
okay, you know what? It did have a redeeming quality. You're right. Yeah.
You're right. So yeah, what is everybody's worst segment? So we got
Psychomath.
The slob. Easily slob. I had other worse ones. I cannot think of them anymore. It is just slob in my brain.
It's just slob in the brain.
So which one's the best one in your opinions?
Captain Bones.
Oh, Captain Bones! Captain Bones went hard.
Lewis?
I'm trying to think if there's any good ones.
Oh my god.
There's the haunted house one that was nice.
I like Sketchpad, I'm not gonna lie.
For real?
I genuinely liked Sketchpad.
I respect it.
You monster.
I don't respect it. You can't make me respect that.
Damn.
Sorry, I got big brain and I can figure stuff out.
Did you learn anything this episode?
I know about you more.
I learned a lot about myself.
Shit.
I learned about a fantastic animated program for children.
Yeah, you did.
Roma, did you learn anything this episode?
No, I've already seen these episodes. I haven't watched all 52, but I'm going to make my way through. Do not worry. I watch One Piece.
Yo, CRASHBOX recap podcast?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Moonshot pitches open up soon, please. I got a new podcast.
Moonshot.
Don't
now.
do it.
We have CRASHBOX.
Oh my god.
So I finally decided to look at the IMDb. You know who else was in this show?
Whom?
The fucking Taco Bell Chihuahua.
What?
Carlos Alizaraki. I don't know how. He was also Garcia on Reno 911. Or Crocker from the Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents.
You meant the voice of the Chihuahua. I thought you meant the dog.
Oh, my bad.
Hey, yo.
I'm going through a lot today.
I would have been shocked, but damn.
I mean, that was about the right time.
Shit.
Oh, no, that dog's dead now.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
To pour one out.
Well,
for
to end on a bummer.
I think that's all I had to share with you today. And I think we've covered everything. Do we feel good about leaving this behind?
More than good.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will
Lord.
be returning multiple times.
We can leave CRASHBOX in 2023.
Absolutely.
It needs to be put in a fucking dumpster and burned.
Oh my god, don't do that to my baby.
Damn.
Unless you like it. And
I love it.
And then you can enjoy it while
I'm enjoying
burn my own personal copy.
Oh my god.
Oh, and that's season 2.
Season 2.
Hyperfixation season 2. We can leave CRASHBOX with that.
Season 3 is next week. Maybe? Yeah. Probably.
Hell yeah.
If not, maybe a little break where you fix
We'll
up
let
what
you
we're
know.
doing.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we got this.
And when you can't get rid of us anymore.
Who knows?
Listener.
Roma.
Lewis.
Jakey.
Kingdom.
SpongeBob.
Donkey.
God damn. Okay, well.
Rocky. All right. Are we ready for outros?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to let y'all do your outros first. We're going to start with Kingdom.
Oh, I'm first because I'm in the top of the Discord.
Yes, you are.
Let's go. You can find me on Twitter at Tachyon Kingdom, TACHYON Kingdom. That's it. Oh, this comes out
March 1st.
I might have a thing to announce later this week.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Nice.
I've been working on it, and it might be done. Hopefully, it'll be done. But look at my Twitter for that, and I'll probably put it in the Discord too when it is.
We'll keep an ear out, an eyeball out. My right ear specifically.
Yeah, I'll keep my left ear for you.
Oh no.
Jakey, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at whatever websites I'm using at Mr. Jakey Poo. You can also find me on the Redacted Media YouTube channel, where I join the host Redacted talking about the Dark Tower. Most recently, we just did an episode where we did like cast lists for the upcoming show. Like we did our fan cast for it.
Nice.
And it was a good time.
That sounds like a really good time. I heard Hard Rock Soft Rock is on that list.
Yeah, Will Sasso. Yeah, I did cast Will Sasso.
That's a Hab inside joke.
That's a Hab inside joke that is an inside joke for only you two.
I just really appreciate the man as a comedian.
Absolutely.
As well.
Whatever. Lewis, go.
Lewis?
If you want to find me, you can find me at Twitter, sometimes, at Selborsiul, SELBORSIUL, where I'm there. I'm always logged in and always scrolling, but rarely posting. But I think I'm going to start posting stuff soon, because I have a few projects I have in the making, and yeah, let's keep an ear out for that, I suppose.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And Roma?
You can find me on the internet a lot, actually. It's a problem. Chronically online at I appreciate your butt at the twitter.com. That is IAPPRECI, the number 8 URBUTT. And I'll post a lot. You can also find me on Tumblr at I appreciate your butt, all spelled out correctly in its fullness. And you can find this podcast as a whole at the Hyperfix Pod at twitter.com, as well as Tumblr, and YouTube. You can find us on YouTube if you want, unless you're already listening to us on YouTube, but we just post the episodes on YouTube. Leave us a review. If you like this show and you want to hear more of it, leave us a review. Especially if you're on Apple reviews, that would do wonders. That would be great. Give us a little love. And then if you want to be on this show and join the 280 others as of recording, you can also find our Google Forms and sign up. And also the Discord link is in the show notes. And any other links you may need will be in the show notes or in the Discord thread. But I think that's it. Thank you to the Moonshot Network for making this podcast happen. You can find this show and many other amazing shows at twitter.com/moonshotpods.
You can also catch the network streaming on twitch.tv/Moonshot Network.
And the next on the list is Plug, the editor, which is me. So thanks, Kingdom, for editing it. No problem, dude. If you have a podcast you need an editor for, Attack on Kingdom, TACHYON Kingdom. It's like this is my Better Call Saul moment. Did you know you have editors? Well, the Constitution says you do.
And thank you to Offuscate for our intro and outro music. You can find them at Offuscate on Instagram, Twitter, and SoundCloud. So check out their stuff.
Also, we have a TikTok. You probably already know that, but it's just the Hyperfix Pod at TikTok. I remembered that at the end. So remember, everyone, be safe. Don't die. Drink water. And do you like hard rock or classic rock?
Fuck you. I hate you so goddamn much.
Lately, I've been listening to like a mixture of hard rock, classic rock, just kind of like blending the two together.
Ba-doop. Ba-doop.
No. Come
Ba-doop.
back. No, come back.
Ba-doop. Ba-doop. Stop recording. Ba-doop.
Do I stop recording now?
Yes.
Well, that's it for now. See you next time. Play CRASHBOX at HBOforkids.com.
Okay. Hello. This is Clem Bianchi. I'm a courier, delivering mail in space, one package at a time. If you're hearing this message, I need some help. I'm trying to deliver a package to a guy on Pluto. Says his name is Gorge Flummox. If anyone knows a Gorge Flummox on Pluto, please let him know I've been trying to reach him about his box of Lunarian cheese. I know the box is full of cheese because, for the last few weeks, I've started hearing things when I touch my cargo. When I pick up a letter or a package, I hear conversations and sometimes even see things tied to whoever the mail is for or from. I call it the letter opener. It's yanked me into some real situations. A haunted house, a pizza delivery drag race, and even a revolution to take a city back from the bigwigs who keep its hoverboard sports engine humming. You can hear all about it on Additional Postage Required, a bi-weekly audio drama on the Moonshot Podcast Network, available wherever you listen to podcasts. Anyway, if you know Gorge, please tell him to give me a call. I think his cheese is starting to move around in the box.